All right, if you're studying HSC Multimedia, you know there are certain exam questions that just feel tricky. Well, today we're going to crack the code on one of them. I'm going to show you exactly how to lock in every single mark. Okay, let's get right into it. Here's the question. Describe the tools, plant, and equipment used in the multimedia industry. It's a 6-marker, and yeah, that word plant is a little weird, right? Don't worry, we are going to cover exactly what that means. Our mission today is to make sure you get all 6 of those marks. Easy. So, how do we do that? It really comes down to 2 simple things: having the perfect structure for your answer and using really specific examples. Let's walk through the exact framework you're going to need.
Here is our game plan. We're going to start with software tools, then we'll move to hardware, then that weird plant category for large-scale production, and we'll finish up with the super important area of storage. Now, this structure isn't just for this explainer. This is the exact framework you should be using in your exam.
First up, software. You know, these are the core applications, the essential programs that bring all those digital ideas to life. You really should think of them as the digital workhorses of the entire industry.
Now, to get the marks here, you have to be specific. Name the tools and exactly what they do. So, for example, you'd mention Adobe Photoshop for editing images, Illustrator for vector graphics that can scale from a tiny logo to a massive billboard, and Premiere Pro for video. You could even throw in Audition for cleaning up audio, or an open-source tool like Blender for 3D work. Giving a solid example for each one shows the examiner that you're not just guessing, you actually know how this stuff works.
In short, software tools are the foundation. They are literally where almost every single multimedia project begins.
Okay, on to our second category, hardware. If software is the brain of the operation, then hardware is the body. It's the physical toolkit that professionals use to capture and create their content. And again, specificity is key. We're talking about things like DSLR cameras for capturing those high-res photos you see on online catalogs, studio microphones for recording crystal-clear voiceovers. You've got 4K monitors, which are absolutely essential for video editors to make sure the brand colors are perfect, and of course graphics tablets that let artists draw digitally with incredible precision.
So the main takeaway for hardware is all about quality. This is the gear that makes sure what you capture and what you edit looks and sounds professional. It's what separates amateur work from real industry-level production.
All right, now for that third category, plant. This term basically just refers to the heavy machinery used for large-scale production. Now, not every designer is going to use this stuff daily, but it's a critical part of bigger companies that produce physical multimedia products. So, what does this actually look like? Well, think of those huge, wide-format printers that can take a design you made in Illustrator and turn it into a massive billboard. Or specialized photocopiers just churning out thousands and thousands of marketing brochures. Cutting machines are also a great example. They create custom packaging or displays with perfect consistency every time. So you can see the workflow here, right? A logo that was made in Illustrator becomes a physical billboard because of a wide-format printer. Plant equipment is really just the bridge from a single digital file to thousands of physical products. It is all about scale. Okay, our final content category is one that is so often forgotten, but it is absolutely essential if you want full marks: storage. Seriously, managing massive project files is a huge part of the daily workflow in any multimedia business.
For this one, you should mention 2 types. First, physical storage, like external SSDs. These are perfect for quickly transferring huge files, like when a video editor needs to deliver the final project to a client. And second, you have cloud-based storage, like Adobe Creative Cloud libraries, which are brilliant for team collaboration, letting designers in totally different locations work on the same files in real time.
So why is this even worth marks? Because without good storage, projects get lost, teams can't collaborate, and you can bet deadlines are going to be missed. Storage is kind of the unsung hero that keeps the entire production workflow from completely falling apart.
Okay, so we've covered the 4 key areas. Now let's talk about how to bundle this all together to take your answer from just good to absolutely great.
First things first, make sure you clearly structure your answer around these 4 pillars: software tools, hardware equipment, plant equipment, and storage solutions. A logical structure is always the first sign of a top-tier answer.
Now for the vocabulary that will push your answer into that top band. First, try to use the term production efficiency. This is just a fancy way of saying working faster. For example, the way Premiere Pro integrates with other Adobe apps is a perfect example of boosting efficiency.
Second, talk about consistent outputs.
This is so key for plant equipment. A cutting machine doesn't just make one perfect box, it makes thousands of them, all identical. That's consistency.
Oh, here's a huge one. Industry standard. Dropping this term in when you talk about the Adobe Creative Suite shows you really get the bigger picture. It means everyone uses it, so files are easy to share, and it's easy to find people who know how to use it.
And finally, tie it all back to daily operations. This is your so what. Don't just name drop Illustrator, explain that it's used every single day for creating branding to keep the business running. It shows you understand the practical reality of the job.
And that's really the secret, isn't it? A top-tier answer is not a shopping list of tools. It's an explanation of why those tools matter to a business. It's about connecting a piece of software to efficiency or a machine to consistency. So as you prepare for this, don't just ask yourself what is the tool. Ask, what problem does this tool solve? Answer that, and you've earned your 6 marks.